I'm just gonna get my hat on so I look slightly official here with my All-Star hat, my
Love it.
Zephyr hat. So welcome everybody. It's another edition of our MSHSBCA podcast. Minnesota Baseball Coaches Association is super excited to be able to announce our partnership with Zephyr hats, and we're going to find out that there's a whole lot more to Zephyr than just Zephyr hats. And with us tonight is Steve Miley, representing the Zephyr Corporation, or actually it's a whole lot larger than that. It's Lakeshirts, it's the brand of Blue 84. There's so much more to it, Steve. So why don't you go ahead, just give a quick introduction to yourself, tell us what you do, and a little bit about the business.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me, Don, and I'm happy to share our story a little bit. So, like you said, my name is Steve Miley. I have been with the company for a little over 11 years, and my title here is the Assistant Sales Manager on the Zephyr team side of things. A little bit of background on the company or companies, as you kind of talked about, Don. So, Zephyr Headwear, who we're going to be primarily focused on tonight, but I'll get into a little bit of the other stuff as well. Zephyr has been in business for over 30 years. Last year was our 30th anniversary. So very excited. We work in the custom headwear space, not only for teams, whether that's youth associations, high schools, amateur leagues. Some of the folks that we partner with is we're the on-field hat for the Savannah Bananas. We work with folks in the Northwoods League, obviously the Minnesota High School Baseball Coaches Association. We also have partnerships with Iowa, Texas, Missouri, and a few more of those. So really looking to kind of introduce ourselves on that front. But we also are partnered with all of the Power Five collegiate conferences as well in both Zephyr Headwear and Blue 84 Apparel, which I'll touch on next. But we're the provider for all the on-field, on-court celebrations. So whenever you guys are watching the Big Ten championship, whether that's football, baseball, basketball, softball, the apparel and headwear they put on the field or on the court, that comes from us. Um, in a bigger picture, we're affiliated with the Lakeshirts family, which also encompasses the Blue 84 brand. Like you said, the Lakeshirts Corporation, which is headquartered, which is where I'm at, up in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, has been in business. This is our 40th year. We are one of the major apparel providers within the nation. We have a resort side of our division, which handles resorts, everything basically non-licensed. I come from the licensed side of things again, so collegiate apparel, along with high schools and all sorts of other stuff as well. But like I said, we are headquartered up in Detroit Lakes. We have also facilities in Little Falls, Minnesota. There's facilities in Los Angeles, Colorado, New York. In Minnesota alone, we employ over 1,000 people. So really happy and proud of our partnership with the Minnesota High School Baseball Coaches Association. Love working with the guys directly here in the home state.
Yeah, I thought what was neat when we met in August to tour the Little Falls facility and then your really big facility up in Detroit Lakes was you had mentioned championship apparel and brought up a few of those, the amazing logo work and the just the quick turnaround that you guys were able to do for some of that. And I know this isn't what we necessarily had planned to talk about, but just I think it was just impressive as all can be to say you guys can take a championship game within 24 to 48 hours and print out everything you possibly could need for the winner and for the losing team, even pretending they're about to win. Talk to that
Yes.
a bit.
Yeah. So there's a lot of logistics involved, and that was one of my primary roles before focusing on this. But yeah, we are in lockstep with all the conferences, and again, we need to kind of provide every scenario possible for them, especially on some of those, the baseball tournaments, the basketball tournaments, when every team is involved, and it usually wraps up within a weekend. So there's a lot of prep work that goes into that. And just to touch on our facilities a little bit, like I said, we're one of the largest apparel and headwear manufacturers in the country. In Detroit Lakes, which is our main facility, we have over 33 screen print presses. There's 162 embroidery heads. In Little Falls, there's 24 screen print presses and 240 embroidery heads. So not sure how many folks out there are going to be apparel and headwear geeks, but
Hmm.
that is a ton of capacity, a ton of firepower, and like I said, that gives us the ability to be one of the largest in the country.
And don't forget stickers.
Absolutely. Yes. I'd love to touch on stickers. We have a sticker facility up here in Detroit Lakes as well. So we have a team of over 160 artists who are located at both facilities, and a lot of remote folks as well. But we have thousands and thousands and tens of thousands different graphics that we have on all of our divisions. All of that artwork can be applied to stickers. We have the capacity to do over 100,000 stickers per day up in Detroit Lakes, and these are some super high quality stickers. They're very uh, they're very high quality vinyl. They
Very,
are weather resistant. They are UV protected. They will last for over 5 years. Again, it's not your paper stickers that are going to rip. These are some really cool products that we would love to share, and also do signage. We can create signs out of that artwork as well. So a lot of different options, and we don't stop growing and coming up with new ideas over here.
very cool. Very cool. So for our coaches who are probably in the beginning stages of their plans for the 2025 season and beyond, I would assume that getting a hold of you is, I mean, getting a hold of you, Steve, is about as easy as it gets. Stephen M at lakeshirts.com is your email address, and we'll make sure we get that out there a few times. But you are the person that people would talk to if they want to place an order. And if you could talk about from the start to finish, like I'm holding some hats that are more, well, maybe they won't show up too well with the background I have, but we have hats that are blanks that come in, and you guys work your magic on those things, and it's not just always the older style type of hats. I guess you could say that more of the wool look, but you have venting, you have I was a kid from the 80s, and we had foam and all that, and you guys do that. You brought that back. You guys have different styles of hat. So I'm asking you a huge question about start to finish, but trying to think about, there's a whole lot more to creating a hat than what I think the possibilities are about as endless as it gets.
Yes, I call ourselves the can-do company, especially on the Zephyr side of things. So there's multiple different ways we can to work on stuff. As Don said, not only am I part of the sales management team, but I'm also the rep here in Minnesota. So when you guys get my contact info, if you have any questions, happy to help. What we do is we have a catalog of a wide variety of different styles of on-field hats, and also a, a bigger variety of fashion caps, retail caps, whatever you guys are looking to do. But you can select whatever hat style looks good for you. There is, again, a wide variety of different materials, styles, silhouettes, and from there you go. I love that hat. Um,
A little bit of Hawaii brought to Minnesota. Yeah,
yes,
whatever that is.
but we partner with a factory overseas that can completely customize your hats. So again, we have little starter ideas or models that we've designed that are best sellers. But from there, you can create whatever you're looking to do. You can change fabrics, colors. You can, if you're a hat geek, again, you can change any type or portion of that hat you want. You can change the bill color, the eyelets, the buttons. We have brass buttons. We have different adjustable styles. We have ropes. We have all of that kind of stuff. And if you're looking to do something really outside the box, there's some of those hats, even the one Don put on earlier with the Hawaiian print. We can do all sorts of different options. If you were wanting to, you could change every different color panel on the hat. So where we ask you to start, or when you reach out to me, is we'll take your artwork. Let me know what you're thinking of. Like I said, we have a massive art team, and we'd love to mock you up some art. If you know, if it ends up not working out with us, no harm, no foul. We'd love to mock you up some art for free. We do have the best quality in the industry, at least in my opinion. But from there, we can get an order placed with our factory, and that typically takes about 10 weeks to deliver. Now, the beauty of what we do, and also our local capabilities is, like I said, we have facilities locally as well. So we stock our top sellers. They're not customizable, but there's a wide variety of different color options. All of the blanks that you showed are housed in Little Falls. So again, if you're running late on something, if you haven't placed an order and you don't think that 8 to 10 week time frame will allow, we can completely customize and develop something for you and produce it in our Little Falls facility and get it out to you within a matter of weeks. So our initial orders, if it's something we're creating from scratch, it typically takes about 2 to 3 weeks. After that, if you're looking to reorder something or you're a few items short, we can typically get something out in 1 to 2 weeks.
Wow.
Again, another beauty of being in Minnesota is everything will ship from here. The whole state of Minnesota is a 1 day ship. So as soon as we ship something out the door, you will get it the next business day. It will lower your shipping costs, all of that fun stuff. So again, great options that are produced here in the state that we can get to you in just a short amount of time.
And I believe the tradition of Zephyr has always been to be one of the most competitive price points in the market. And I assume you've just continued that with the new structure that you're in with the Lake Shirts and Blue 84 and the branding and all that.
Absolutely. One of the beauties of what we do is we partner with our factory overseas. So one of the few companies across the country who is direct to customer import hats. And what I mean by that is we're not ordering the hats to have them produced by somebody else. Which is, again, every time somebody else touches it is an upcharge or an additional fee because everybody's needs to make a little cash on that. Yeah, but so our product comes directly from our facility or from the factory overseas to our facility and right out the door. There is no additional touches on that. And in addition to that, the domestic product, again, those are all custom hats to Zephyr. So again, we're not purchasing third-party hats to decorate them. That is all stuff that we own, custom to us that we can get out the door.
What was cool about meeting the people at your factory sites or your up in Little Falls and up in Detroit Lakes was meeting the art team and the design people who really take a ton of pride in what they do. And they have ideas at the ready and they can put something together. They can mock something up for you really quick. Really, really.
Absolutely, yes. So as of right now, the turn times on just getting artwork mocked up is about 2 to 3 days. So again, if you're
Amazing.
interested in getting the process started, not even sure exactly what you want to see 2 or 3 different ideas, let us know. We can get something back to you in just a few days. Then from there, we can make any changes you need just to kind of get you exactly with the best look that you're looking to do.
Mhm.
And again, the quality and the speed of our art team is second to none.
Yeah. The your company supports Zephyr supports our All-Star series right here. And we've been very fortunate to have some of the best looking hats and best looking outfits um, in the entire country with what we've been able to do. I think other places look at our work that we're doing here in the All-Star series and other things we do as what they would like to try to do, but they can't quite get it done. And we're very, very fortunate to have partners such as Zephyr and yourself, Steve, on board to be able to help us out with that. One of the things you said, Minnesota company, everything, we've emphasized that a ton. How many people do you employ up in Detroit Lakes?
So in Detroit Lakes, there's about 800. So we have a first and second shift. We're basically running around the clock up here. And that's, again, screen printers, embroidery. Our main headquarters is up here. And then down in Little Falls, we have about 300 to 400 employees down there as well. The Little Falls facility is fairly new to us. I believe that's been in play for about 5 years. But again, just a great opportunity to connect with more people in our state, employ more folks. And one of my favorite parts about the Lake Shirts Blue 84 Zephyr family is we are super connected to our communities. If you've ever been up to Detroit Lakes for any sorts of events, we sponsor just about everything. The field house at the Detroit Lakes High School is the Lake Shirts Field House. There's tons of stuff in Little Falls as well. We are very active in our communities, so love that. Love to be able to support our local communities.
And we love that you guys do that. And any way we can help Minnesota companies and help them grow, we're all for it. You offer wonderful hats, wonderful opportunities for people to create a custom look. What other things could coaches look for in ordering with you?
Yeah. So like we talked about, obviously we have a wide variety of fashion options as well. So if you are looking for something for your booster clubs, for your fans, for your school stores, your concession shops, all of that stuff is available. And again, it just like our on the field hats, everything is completely customizable. So if you have any sort of art ambitions, you can certainly do that with us. Otherwise, I would love to plug the apparel side of things. Blue 84. Again, we have that's an even larger part of the overall company business. We have thousands and thousands of blank garments here in Detroit Lakes and Little Falls. Again, custom garments that are exclusive through Blue 84. All of that stuff gets decorated in Detroit Lakes and Little Falls. But again, great opportunities if you're looking to outfit your players, fans, and then the accessories portion as well. Great opportunities for fundraisers, whatever you'd like to do. We would love to be a one-stop shop for just about everybody, whether that's headwear, apparel, accessories. We offer it all here. And again, with competitive pricing and the Minnesota nice touch to it, we think we'd be a great fit for anybody out there.
And like you said, you help with branding. It could be signage, could be
Hmm.
stickers for cars, could be all that kind of thing. Um,
Absolutely.
helmet decals, things like that.
Sure.
So there's a lot there. The possibilities are as endless as the imagination of the coach and what they want to do with things, or the booster club.
Mhm.
So, Steve, thank you for the time. It's been great to be able to talk to you about this, and really enjoyed the tour of the facilities back in August. And I learned a lot just being a teacher and a coach, and it opened up my eyes to, wow, this is incredible. And the impact you have in the communities is also just something that's amazing, and we're glad to be partnered up with you guys. So I appreciate your time. If you have anything else, here's the last word. I'm going to give you the last word on this.
I appreciate that. Well, I just wanted to thank you and your team over at the association. We love partnering with Minnesota folks. Like I said, we are sports fanatics over here, so it's the one of our favorite partnerships we get to work on. If anybody has any questions or concerns to me, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to get you again art mock-ups, whatever it may be. And like I told Don before, like one of our company mottos is we don't like to lose home games. So we want to have the largest presence of all the headwear apparel companies here in Minnesota. So we'd love to connect with anybody who's got questions and help you guys out and maybe point you in the right direction for anything you need.
Stephen M at lakeshirts.com. That's STEPHENM at lakeshirts.com. You'll see him at our clinic in January at Target Field, and he'll be among many great vendors that we have. But be sure to check them out, because they're just they've been supporting the Baseball Coaches Association for years, and not just high school baseball, youth, college, town ball. Everybody knows and loves Zephyr, the brand. And so we're just thrilled to keep having the support and partner up with you guys.